Last time, we discovered something that many people spend years trying to understand: protecting your time. It's really protecting your life. We learned that every unnecessary yes comes with a hidden cost. Every boundary we set creates space for something more meaningful. But today, we arrived at perhaps the most important question of this entire journey. Once you reclaim your time, what are you doing to build with it? Because protecting your time means very little. It isn't helping you create a life you actually want to wake up to. Think about tomorrow morning when you open your eyes. Would you be excited about the life you're creating, or simply preparing to repeat yesterday? The truth is, most people aren't exhausted because they're working too hard. They're exhausted because they're living without direction. They're surviving. They're reacting, they're drifting, but deep inside, they know they were created for more. Today, we're going to talk about becoming the architect of our own life, because whether you realize it or not, you're building something every single day. Welcome back to Mindset, Momentum, and Intention. If you've been following the Time Advantage series, thank you for continuing this journey. Each chapter builds upon the last because meaningful change doesn't happen through one life-changing moment. It happens through small, intentional choices made consistently. In chapter 1, we learn that time is our greatest currency. In chapter 2, we discover where that currency is actually being spent. In chapter 3, we learn how distraction quietly steals our attention. And in chapter 4, we explore why protecting our time is really protecting our future. And today, we're taking the next step, because once you protect your time, you have a responsibility to invest it wisely. Imagine walking past a construction site every morning. The first day, you see workers laying a single brick. The next day, another brick. Then another, then another. At first, it doesn't look impressive. Some people walk by and wonder if anything is happening at all. Weeks pass, months pass. Slowly, walls begin to rise. Windows are installed. A roof appears. One day, a beautiful home stands where there was once nothing but empty ground. No one points to one brick and says, "That's the brick that built the house." Because it wasn't one brick, it was all of them. Every brick mattered. Every day mattered. Every decision mattered. Your life works exactly the same way. One workout, one difficult conversation, one page of a book, one healthy meal, 1 hour spent learning, one act of courage. None of them seem life-changing on their own. In fact, many of them feel ordinary, but ordinary actions, repeated consistently, build extraordinary lives. Your future isn't created in one dramatic moment. It's built one brick at a time. I'd like you to imagine something. Close your eyes if you like. Imagine someone could watch your life. Not for one day, not for 1 week, but an entire year. They never heard your goals. They never read your journal. They never asked about your dreams. They only watched your habits. And at the end of the year, what would they believe you're building? Would they say or see someone intentionally creating a meaningful life? Or someone simply reacting to whatever each day brought? Because habits are like bricks. Each one seems small, but together they become the house you live in. There is a difference between existing and truly living. Existing is waking up, going through the motions, checking off responsibilities, and hoping tomorrow somehow feels different. Living is different. Living means waking up with direction, knowing your work matters, why your habits matter, why your relationships matter, why your time matters. Purpose doesn't mean every day is exciting. Purpose means every day has meaning. Even difficult days. Even ordinary days. Because when you know what you're building, every small action becomes significant. A single workout isn't just exercise. It's a vote for a healthier future. Reading 10 pages isn't just reading. It's becoming a wiser person. Saving a few dollars isn't just budgeting. It's building freedom. Calling your parents isn't just making a phone call. It's investing in relationships you'll treasure one day. Every intentional action becomes another brick, another beam, another piece of the life you're creating. The question isn't whether you're building a life. You already are. The real question is, are you building it intentionally or accidentally? As I observe people, I've noticed something. Most of us tend to live in one of three ways. The first is the drifter. Drifters don't usually make intentional decisions. They simply let life happen to them. They wake up, check on their phone, react to whatever feels urgent, hope tomorrow will somehow be different. But tomorrow usually looks just like today. Not because they lack potential, but because they lack direction. The second is the reactor. Reactors work hard. They consistently busy, always answering messages, always solving problems, always responding to someone else's priority. From the outside, they appear productive, but underneath, they're exhausted because they spend their lives reacting instead of creating. Their schedule belongs to urgency, not intention. And then there is the builder. Builders aren't perfect. They don't have all the answers. They don't always feel motivated. They experience setbacks, fear, doubt, failure, just like everyone else. The difference is this. Builders know what they're building. Every decision is measured against the life they want to create. When they stumble, they get back up. When progress is slow, they keep laying another brick. When motivation fades, purpose carries them forward. Because direction is stronger than emotion, and vision is stronger than comfort. Many people spend years waiting for motivation. I'll start when I feel inspired. I'll begin when life settles down. I'll change when the timing is right. But life rarely works that way. Motivation is like the weather. Some days it's bright, some days it's cloudy, some days it disappears completely. Direction is different. Direction doesn't depend on how you feel. It reminds you where you're going. That's why people with purpose often keep moving, even on difficult days. Not because they enjoy every step, but because they know each step matters. The goal isn't to feel motivated every morning. The goal is to become the kind of person who keeps moving, even when motivation is quiet. You don't need to know every step of the journey. You only need enough direction to take the next one step. I'd like you to imagine yourself many years from now. You're sitting on the porch of the home you've always dreamed of. The sun is beginning to set. Life has slowed down. You begin reflecting on the years behind you. You don't think about every deadline, every notification, every stressful day. Instead, you think about the people you loved, the memories you created, the risks you were brave enough to take, the quiet mornings, the laughter, the growth, the moments you were fully present. Now ask yourself something. If you continue living exactly as you are today, will that future version of you smile with gratitude? Or quietly wonder, what might my life have become if I had started sooner? That future isn't created by one extraordinary decision. It's being built by what you choose to do today. One of the most encouraging discoveries in psychology is that people who have strong sense of purpose tend to be more resilient, more motivated through changes and challenges, and more satisfied with their lives. Purpose doesn't eliminate hardship, but it helps people see their efforts as part of something meaningful. Think about that. Purpose doesn't remove difficult days, it transforms them. A difficult workout becomes an investment in your health. A challenging conversation becomes an investment in your relationships. Learning a new skill becomes an investment in your future. Saving money becomes an investment in freedom. Suddenly, ordinary days become extraordinary. Not because they're exciting, but because they're intentional. The life you dreamed about isn't built during rare, perfect moments. It's built during quiet Tuesdays, ordinary Wednesdays, rainy Saturdays, the days that don't feel remarkable until years later when you realize they built everything. I'd like to leave you with something simple. Find 10 quiet minutes today. Take a notebook or a blank page and answer one question. Just one question. What does a life worth waking up for look like to me? Don't write what someone else expects. Don't write what social media celebrates. Don't write what sounds impressive. Write what feels true. What kind of person do you want to become? How do you want people to feel when they're around you? What kind of memories do you want to create? What kind of peace do you hope to carry? Don't worry about having the perfect plan. Direction always comes before clarity, and clarity grows through action. One day, someone will tell your story. Maybe your children, maybe your grandchildren, maybe a lifelong friend, maybe someone whose life you touch without even realizing it. They won't remember every email you answered. They won't remember how busy you were. They won't remember how often you checked your phone. They'll remember your kindness, your courage, your patience, the way you made people feel, the dreams you had the courage to pursue, the example you lived, the love you gave. That is the life you're building, not someday, today. One habit, one conversation, one choice, one intentional day at a time. Go build something your future self will thank you for. If today's chapter encouraged you, I'd love for you to continue this journey with us. Here at Mindset, Momentum, and Intention, we believe meaningful lives aren't built through extraordinary moments. They're built through ordinary moments, lived with extraordinary intention. If this message spoke to you, subscribe and continue with us through the Time Advantage series. And if you would like to support the creation of these videos, you can do so through the Buy Me a Link coffee in the description. Whether you subscribe, share this chapter with someone who needs a little hope today, or simply spend the next few minutes reflecting on the life you're building, thank you. It truly means more than you know. Before you go, I want to leave you with one final thought. Over these last 5 chapters, we've learned that time is valuable. Attention shapes our future. Boundaries protect what matters, and purpose gives our lives direction. But there's still one question remaining. How do we stay consistent when motivation fades? Because the life you're building won't be shaped by one extraordinary day. It will be shaped by what you choose to do again and again and again. And that's exactly what we'll explore in our next chapter. I hope you'll join me. Protect your peace, believe in your future, move with intention, build momentum, and remember this: mindset shapes you, momentum moves you, intention guides you, because your future isn't created someday. It's being created today. One brick, one choice, one intentional moment at the time.